All right, so Arslanbek Makhmudov defeats Dave Allen on a 12-round unanimous decision. Scorecards were as follows: 115 to 111. That's minus a 2 point deduction for Makhmudov, which was complete BS. So that would have been 170 to 111. A 116 to 109, or 116 to 110, which would have been 118 to 110, which is about right. That's probably what I would have had as well. And of course, 117 to 109 would have been 119, 109, which is again about right. I think the only rounds I gave Dave Allen were the fifth. There was a mid round, it might have been the eighth or ninth. It was one of them. And again, you can only really give it to him based upon the last 5 seconds or last 10 seconds. It's not really enough to win the round. Let's talk about this fight. So, Dave Allen is coming in off the back of a win over two wins. One of them is an official, but he beat Johnny Fisher twice. Coming at the back of that. And it catapulted Dave Allen's name back onto boxing fans' lips because over the last couple of years, he's really been just kind of MIA, missing in action. He lost to David Price 6 years ago, and then he fought Dorian Darch, retired, came back, fought in a couple of Dennis Hobson shows. Some of them were in Malta. They were very small hall shows. Lost to Fraser Clark, and then was put in against Johnny Fisher. Beating Johnny Fisher just brought him back to the domestic scene. So we kind of thought, is he going to fight a JBTKV? Maybe look to rematch Fraser Clark, go down the domestic scene route, or what are you going to do? They announced this fight with Makhmudov, who 2 years ago was highly ranked by the WBC. He had a record where he only went the distance once, and that was against Takam, knocking people out, looking good doing it. Got shown up by a very good fighter in Ajay Kabayel, very good fighter, top heavyweight, as not being particularly good, very limited fighter, very, very limited. And then he goes on to lose to Guido Vianello. So when this fight was made, it was a real kind of why are you doing, it's just okay, but it's a bit random. That sort of fight. Dave Allen, goes and says, no, this is what I want to do, and it's going to lead to bigger things. Okay, fair enough, well and good. So I was going into this fight thinking, you know what? Makhmudov is so limited that if Allen can back him to the ropes and just work, he'll probably break him down, because that's what Kabayel did. Not saying Allen is as good as Kabayel, he obviously isn't. But the blueprint is there. Just back him to the ropes. He's useless up close, and just hammer him with body shots. And even defensively to the head, he's not particularly great. So you can do stuff. You can do things. I thought that was what you do. And I thought he'd win this fight, to be honest with you. I did. I thought he'd probably stop Tim or get to him late. Didn't do that. I did think, however, from the first round, it was going to be a fight that Dave Allen would have to maybe kind of get into as the fight progressed, because I thought Makhmudov would come out sharp. I thought he'd come out throwing a lot of shots, and I thought he'd look to establish, ring dominance, the center ring, and keep it at distance. I actually thought it would go early on, similar to the David Price fight, because I can see David Price is probably, they're about the same. David Price was a better fundamental boxer. He just had very questionable mental fortitude and questionable toughness. But Pricey was able to completely outbox Dave Allen with the jab. He was able to just get that jab going, jab Allen's head off, land straight right hands. Allen, who was lighter in that, I think he was in the 240s, that was 6 years ago, he'd no answer for it. And I thought, Makhmudov can do something like that, but I don't think he's not to say Dave Price was fast, he wasn't, but he's painfully slow, Makhmudov. He's not particularly coordinated. He's not as coordinated as Price was. And I just thought, all right, he might be able to get to Makhmudov. And it is a more wily Dave Allen than it was back then 6 years ago. So he might be able to get to Dave Allen like he wasn't able to get to Price. Early on, the fight went how I expected. Makhmudov came out, jab, right hand, was bringing in the uppercut as well, was landing consistently on Dave Allen, and Dave Allen wasn't doing a damn thing. He was just tucking up. He was looking to apply pressure, and he was applying pressure. He was applying pressure with his feet, because people misinterpret pressure as in, oh, you're coming forward and you're throwing shots. Not necessarily, right? You can actually apply pressure with your feet, but not actually throw any shots. You're actually backing your opponent up to the ropes, at which point then you can offload and let some shots go. Dave Allen did that on a number of occasions this fight, and on only a couple of occasions, maybe the 5th round, the 8th round, and maybe 1 or 2 other times, did he actually do something with that pressure. He's always gone into this mode where it's like, I don't know what it is, where he just doesn't want to let shots go. And I don't know why in particular in this case, because in here you were in with a fighter who was very limited in Makhmudov, who throws a lot of arm shots, so they're not really going to have, they probably don't tickle, but they're probably not going to have as the devastating power as, you know, a come in, boom, big left hook that he was sitting on and boom, he catches you. But he's not going to land any shots like that. So again, for me, I was looking at it and thinking, like, Dave Allen, you could be doing something here. There's openings there for you. And when he did let his hands go, when he let body shots go, when he let uppercuts in particular, because that shot, Makhmudov had no answer for it. He had success, but he just didn't let the hands go enough. And whenever it was on the outside, it was actually getting painful because he'd no answer for the jab, he'd no answer for the uppercut, he'd no answer for the straight right hand. There was one round, I think it was round 7 or round 9, where Dave Allen literally just stood there with his hands down, and he took about 3 or 4 unanswered jabs. And I'm just looking at it thinking, what on earth are you doing? Why would you do, like, I'm mystified by it. Because I think this fight was here for Dave Allen to win, I really do. I think it was there for him to win if he'd have been willing to just go to the well, bite on the gum shield and just say, right, I'm taking it to you. Because he never did. He had all those moments, because it wasn't like Makhmudov was hard to back up to the ropes. He wasn't. But he never, apart from, again, a couple of occasions, and they're probably the only occasion where you could say he maybe won the round, did he actually open up and start doing anything with Makhmudov? You know, letting big shots go. As I said, when he threw the uppercut, it just seemed to land. So there you go. It's like when you have a punch that you're like, okay, he's got no defense on this. I am going to spam this punch until I start getting results. He didn't. And the funniest thing is, he would have those rounds like round number 5 where he did good work, or was it round 4 or 5? It was one of the other, where he did good work. He actually let the hands go, and then he's not letting them go next round. It's like, what the hell? You know, so it was frustrating to watch in that sense. But Makhmudov started off well, kept it in the center of the ring, was throwing a lot of punches. And I was worrying, I was thinking, all right, he's going to slow down. He's going to slow down. He's setting a good pace. Yes, he's landed on Dave Allen, but I think he set too high a pace too soon. I don't think he's going to be able to sustain it. Boy, was I wrong. He did slow down, of course, you would expect him to, but he was able to maintain a decent work rate, decent pace. Dave Allen was the one who started looking very ragged and fatigued by the end of the fight. Like, he was knackered come the end. The punches were all over the place. They were being thrown from weird angles. He was just looping. He was swinging. He was trying everything. His shape just completely went by the end of it. Makhmudov, and although he had 2-point deductions, they were a bit BS, to be fair, because, like, yeah, they were dubious point deductions in my opinion. You know, yeah, he was clinching, he was in the front, but it wasn't excessive. You know, I've seen fighters get away with a lot more than that, and not even have a point deducted. They were BS point deductions in my opinion. But Makhmudov was still able to keep his shape, keep his composure, and he was ultimately able to just outpoint Dave Allen. He landed so many uppercuts, so many jabs, and so many right hands. There was no way you could score this fight any other way than a wide Makhmudov decision. The question now is, what did both guys do? Dave Allen, I don't know. I mean, you rode the wave of success after beating up Johnny Fisher, a gimmick fighter. I don't know. It's the 8th loss. I truthfully don't know. He needs to go and look and see, what do I want to do next? Do I want to try and challenge the winner of Fraser Clark, Jamie TKV? Possibly. Do I still have contract? Do I still have more fights at Matchroom? It's up to Dave Allen what he wants to do next. It really is, but it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a hard road. As for Makhmudov, there was a lot of talk that if he wins this fight, he'd get the AJ fight. I would put him in with AJ. If AJ's coming back and having a comeback fight, Makhmudov, AJ won't be able to miss him. AJ will light Makhmudov up like a Christmas tree. He will light him up like a Christmas tree. Even though I think AJ is going to look a bit gun shy post Dubois, and I think he definitely will, I think someone as limited as Makhmudov, as slow, as uncoordinated as he is, someone like that, AJ is just going to light him up. Light him up. And I think that'll be a good confidence builder for AJ as well, to be honest with you. So, looking from what I saw tonight, AJ will be just chomping at the bit if he is going to fight Makhmudov next, ahead of a potential fight with Fury. He is just going to be chomping at the bit to get going, because he will not be able to miss Makhmudov, in my opinion, if they fight. So, those are my thoughts. Again, let me know yours in the comment section below. I've seen a lot of people unhappy with this fight, saying that they felt that there was a lot Dave Allen left on the table. It's the story of his career, isn't it? I feel like there was a lot he left on the table, but look, well, it is what it is. Dave Allen takes the 8th loss of his career. Makhmudov moves on. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video as always. If you could, people, smash the like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Until next time, we'll talk tomorrow. We'll have a chat tomorrow. Until next time, I'll leave it there. Peace.